Getting older. But here's the one thing that sucks about being an adult. It just sucks about getting older. And truthfully, I age like fine wine. Like I love being older. I have more experiences, more knowledge, and honestly, I feel like I'm Benjamin Button. I just get hotter. But here's the one thing that sucks. It's your friends. It's your friends, and it's not because you don't love them. It's because they all get married.
Welcome to the S.Banks and the JD Network podcast. I'm your host, S.Banks, and I'm joined with my co-host,
JD.
Listen, what are we talking about today?
We're talking about This Is What Men Have to Pick From, part 2.
We've done one before.
We have.
You should have said it like this. This is what men have to pick from, part 2. Imagine your point is like this.
Yeah, maybe we should put an image up saying this.
So this,
like, really?
This is what men have to pick from.
Yeah.
We've got 4 clips for you today. Let's jump straight into clip number 1 and we'll show you what we're talking about. No diss to the females, I'm just saying. But without further delay, here's clip number 1.
I love getting older, but here's the one thing that sucks about being an adult. It just sucks about getting older. And truthfully, I age like fine wine. Like I love being older. I have more experiences, more knowledge, and honestly, I feel like I'm Benjamin Button. I just get hotter. But here's the one thing that sucks. It's your friends. It's your friends, and it's not because you don't love them. It's because they all get married and they all start having babies and they have less time for you. I just FaceTimed 5 of my friends. 5 of them, count them, 5. And none of them answered. And sure, you know what? I have tape all over me because I just got 6 new tattoos tonight. Sure, that's what I'm doing with my time, opposed to thinking about maybe where I'd put my child in elementary school. But that's not the conversation I want tonight. All I want is for you to still be my friend. And now they don't have time for you. The older you get, the less time your friends have for you. And that's the hardest part about getting older.
How lame do you have to be?
Sounds like hating to me, mate.
There was a lot of things that she said in that clip, right?
Mm-hmm.
She just sounded so lame and pathetic, in my opinion. Some people may disagree. I must have heard with this whole Benjamin Button business and, women aging like fine wine. Who's she trying to kid?
A part of me feels like she's just joking because, I understand some
You're
women.
rationalizing it. She's not joking.
I understand some women are very delusional, but it's like, really? Is she being serious?
That was my first note. Why are women so delusional? They age like fine wine. Don't get me wrong, because you're going to get detractors.
Mm-hmm.
There are many women that get older and they look good for their age.
Yes.
That's very few and far in between.
It's not the majority.
Beauty is easy to come by when it comes to women. Top tier men is harder to come by. So she's saying that she ages like fine wine. Men invest, women too, invest in cat food and dog food and wine. Because you're going to have many modern women in the future. That's just cat ladies, pet ladies.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call them. What else you want to add?
Well, like you just said, she said she ages like fine wine. Well, we know that's a joke. Yes, there are some women, that age quite well, but the majority don't age well. When they hit into them numbers, it's like, nah.
A 45-year-old trying to compete with a 25-year-old.
Well,
let's do the math. Let's be realistic here, innit? I'm just saying, fellas, put in the comments. Who do you prefer? An older woman or a younger woman? Now, don't get me wrong. Elder women, or an older woman, let me say, they have more experience. Maybe they can suck a D better. That may be true.
Yes, but that experience of sucking a D better, men don't initially want like that because you've had that experience from how many other guys?
Exactly. I want a younger woman where I can, teach her to what I want. And I'm not saying I can't teach an older woman, but what I'm saying is that it's new to her. We can have experiences together.
Young women have less mileage. That's basically what it is. You know, the fellas, they want, the new prestige cars, not the used
So what gets better?
ones.
What gets better with it being older and more use over time? I want people to put in the comments the answer to that. I don't know. I can't think of anything, right? And the thing is that she's my note is this: why would a grown woman be sitting around? She wants her grown friends that have families. They have a husband. They have children. They're the nuclear family. They're doing their thing. To be sitting around with her, just drinking wine,
Getting
talking,
6 tattoos.
talking, and complaining about things. The tattoos, it's just the trade-off. It's just something she's done because she ain't got nothing better to do.
Yeah.
And this is signs of problems. Like when they cut their hair, when they dye their hair different colors, nose rings, tattoos. There's a reason for these things.
But she's saying she would rather sit, drink wine, get 6 tattoos than thinking about what elementary school her child's going to be in maybe next year.
Sounds a bit masculine to me.
It does sound masculine. She's forgotten her SMV.
She's forgotten her age.
She has done that also.
Forget about her SMV. It's her age.
Yes, but okay. From the things she said,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say she is highly unlikely that she has had children.
She doesn't have children. 'Cause she
Exactly.
doesn't want to be sitting around thinking about
Talking about
nurseries and their
exactly.
kids' futures and
So
yada yada
my
yada.
point is, when I said SMV, she said she's hot.
What do you
She says
think?
the older she gets, she's hot. Now I'm not saying she's a
Well, ugly.
ugly woman. She's not an ugly woman. But I'm saying you can't tell me how the older you get, the
I'm
hotter
sorry,
you
but-
get.
I'm sorry, but she was basic. She was average. And when I say basic, I don't mean mean. I'm not trying to be mean, but she was average at best, man. Let's be honest about that.
Look, she's forgotten
And she
about.
thinks she's hot.
Yes, but the reason why I bring up SMV is because she thinks she's hot, and it's like your SMV gets lower and lower. When you get older as a woman, unfortunately, it's gonna happen to all of us one day.
Yeah.
So I don't exclude myself when I say what I'm saying, right? I'm just saying that it's the truth. Our SMV gets lower. We can't compete with the younger girls. They're youthful still. They still have fertility. They still have certain things going on that attracts men.
They're just so younger women, right?
Whatever you want to call it.
True.
But as an older woman, she's there complaining about, oh, my friends have forgotten about me because they're busy with their husbands and children.
But they're living their lives.
Exactly. And what are you doing? Drinking wine, being delusional, and
Having
tattoos.
Cat lady and on the CC wheel.
So that's my point when I say she needs to think about her SMV, because what man is going to be jumping to get with you? Say you're okay looking now, but
Looks
the
fade.
men are going to wonder, you're a certain age, why are you single?
Yeah,
Why do you not have children?
Yeah, women get to about 45 and then they're in a job. Most women are in jobs, not careers, right? And you have to have a fulfilling career in order to be fulfilled in life, right? But we know what makes a woman tick really and truly deep down is nurturing, being feminine, having a family and looking after kids. That's her thing. I'm not saying everyone is not created equal and it's different for, everyone, individual case, but for the most part, that's a woman's femininity. That's what she does. That's her thing. This woman saying she wants to sit around and chill with her friends, like to say she's 16 years old. And I'm assuming this woman's in her 40s.
Yeah, I'm
and
going
she
to say
still
that
don't
too.
even get the ting.
No, because she's too busy riding that carousel wheel. Listen,
But don't you think it's an army of simps that gas these women up? Because this woman still believes that she can command top tier men to just, when she's ready, I can just, and then he's going to fall in my lap, or I'm going to fall in his lap, and I'm going to live happily ever after.
No. Ladies, that's not going to happen. If I was you, I would try to settle down young as possible and build and grow with that person, because the older you get as a female, for men, it's not the same way.
Men live
Men
many
are
lifetimes.
lucky. For us, we get older, things start to droop.
Women get an A plus in the beginning. You just got to maintain it.
Yes, but how long can you maintain it for?
If you do the right things, you're good.
Yes, but how long can you maintain it for?
Well,
Because even
yeah.
if you was to do everything
Yeah.
to the T for years and years on end, you're going to get older. Things are going to naturally, this is nature, naturally start drooping.
Pull.
Exactly. There's nothing you can do about that. Okay, there is something. You can go and have surgery, but it doesn't mean surgery is going to make you look any better.
It can't rewind back your age though.
Exactly.
And your fertility.
It's proven, right? Many women have tried this and are still trying it, to have surgery to try and bring back the years, trying to look 10 years younger. Majority of the time, they look.
Okay. Let's say you look good. The surgery has done all those wonderful things that most women want. That's all good, but your heart ain't real. You're still not feminine. You're still not a pleasure to be around. You're not peaceful. You're not nurturing.
You haven't worked with it.
You're not submissive. Submissive is slavery. I should have said slavery instead of submissive. And I'm saying a lot of women, after time as they get older, this is how the cat ladies and the bitter lady, this is how she develops.
Yeah.
Right. And then what she tries to do is she tries to ill-advise younger women. So younger women can end up just like them, because you know why? Misery needs company.
Exactly.
That's my final thought on that. What do you want to add?
She needs to. I'm not saying that every woman wants to have a child, right? Or to be a mother. Some women genuinely they don't.
Yeah.
To me, personally, not trying to get all personal, but to me it's kind of being selfish.
It is what it is.
Unless someone can give me another reason, I'm open. So if you are someone who's watching, who has a reason why they don't want to have children, and I'm not talking about medically wise, I'm talking about
we all want different things.
Yes, but that's just my opinion. But you know, majority of the time, women will get to a certain age, want to start settling down, but they didn't think about the fact that your eggs start to dry up after a certain time.
It happens.
You know, this is nature.
Happens to the best of us.
Just think it through, ladies. Think it through.
People put in the comments. Ladies, put in the comments. Fellas, put in the comments. What do you guys think? We're moving on to the next clip. Here's clip number 2.
Say it again.
No, I said a nigga with a job and that do everything right, like he just turned me off, like he annoys the shit out of me, like that. For real. I don't know why, but it's just like, ew.
Short clip, but I'm gonna say therapy is needed.
She finds them ill. Wow.
Yeah, so a dude that's doing the right thing, that's who gives you the ick, as it's called, right? But the dude that does the wrong thing, I'm turned on, I'm moist. As in, get the coochie wet, panties get wet, because he's doing everything he shouldn't be doing. Not to say he's a rule breaker. He's just, chicks like that, right? I think it's all fun and games until they need to carry the strap on school run.
Yeah. That's when ish gets serious, right?
Therapy is needed.
Very much so.
Yeah. What's your
She's
thoughts?
young and immature.
Immature or young and dumb?
Dumb. Immature.
Dumb.
Whatever word you want to put on it, you do that. But yes, I agree. Therapy is very much needed. Girls that think like this, I'm going to say, is most likely raised in a single mother household. She's most likely wasn't taught that the values of a good man. Sometimes you'll be surprised and they was taught that, but they are just wrongdoers and do the opposite.
Do you think this is the after effects of feminism?
Yeah,
where
that plays
women
a
are
part.
strong and independent, and then the parents say, I don't need no man, and she's a result of having no stability, no structure, no discipline.
Yeah,
the masculine energy that she searches for is maybe what she's seen with the dudes that her mother goes for. Remember I spoke about the biology, the culture, and the environment. And maybe she's a victim of those things.
Yes.
but therapy is needed because
Exactly.
she's not saying things that make sense. She's not saying things that are rational.
No, and she most likely hasn't had a positive role model in her life. So a male role model. This is the thing is, this is not like it's unusual or you've never heard it before.
Mm.
There's so many girls that think in the same way.
Yeah.
There's loads. There's too many.
You have top tier men. Once upon a time, those high value dudes, they would want to get a wife and have their lineage do their thing, right? Now they're saying, I want to have my kids, I just don't want to get married. It makes sense nowadays. Now, what she's put out is going to be out in the atmosphere on the web forever. Now, when she comes around, maybe she's done therapy, maybe she's taken the right steps in order to be in the right spaces. When she's done all of the right things, her possible husband is going to see all of this. Why would he wifey her? This doesn't make any sense.
He wouldn't want to wifey her, or he
Yeah.
just wouldn't wifey her. She, just like a lot of other young women, she has a low value mindset.
Low quality.
Exactly. She will take something negative over positive, which she's saying.
Chaos.
Yes, toxicity are always
Toxicity.
tongue twister for me.
Chaos.
Yes,
Turmoil.
yes, drama.
That's a bad chick. Where has all the good men gone? That's the question
There are,
women ask.
just like there's good women still around, there's good men too.
Where has all the good men gone? You find a good one, he's the one that turns you off. Then later on in life, when you want to cash out, oh,
The good ones are typically in your friend zone, where you've put him. You've put him in your friend zone. The ones that would look after you, who actually care about you for real.
so let me get this straight then, right? The dude's right there.
In
Right
your face.
there, right?
You don't see
And
him.
then you're on a carousel wheel, you're on a CC wheel for an eternity doing your thing. Now when you're chewed up like a piece of gum, piece of bubble gum, you're chewed up,
Okay.
spat out,
Uh-huh.
spat out on the floor or stuck under some table somewhere, right?
Ew.
You say, I'm yours, to the dude that you don't even desire, even though he's the right one for you. And I'm not saying because he's right, you always got to do the right thing. No one's perfect. But I'm saying you will rather choose the dude where he's a troublemaker. You got to carry the strap on the school run over the dude where you can actually have stability, substance, and just live your life, man. And just make babies, have fun, grow old together, and just build something. You'd rather carry the strap on the school run or boom, 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 knock at the
on
door.
your door. Or bust into your door.
Door kick off, dog searching for things. Yeah,
Exactly.
dog searching for things on the bed. You'd
Yeah,
rather live
yeah.
like that
Some women would, yeah. Some of them
because it's
do.
drama, it's chaos.
Yes, it's
It got
excitement.
the blood pumping.
Got her coochie wet. You know, each to their own. I've put in my notes, you are what you attract.
That's true. That's true.
So if your mindset is low caliber, if you're low class, okay, I'm not trying to diss her, but it kind of is what it is. Like a high value man will not wifey her because
What about
she's
her friends?
low value.
Let's talk about her friends. Now, fellas, if you say you gave this woman a chance and she has friends that still think like her, even so she's Neo. She's come out the matrix, red or blue pill. She chose the right pill. She chooses to leave the matrix. But her friends are still sucked in. They're still plugged in. And they go, you've got a good dude. He gives me the ick. Those friends are the ones that influence her to cheat, to do all kind of madness. Oh, he's doing this. Leave.
Those friends are a problem, and those sort of friends you need to get rid of. So if you have been smart enough to say, okay, this ain't working for me, this isn't good, I'm coming out of the matrix, I don't want to be like this
I
anymore.
don't want to be plugged in.
Yes, I want out.
Yeah.
And you've done the work to get out of it, but your friends are still, they still have that mindset. It's a recipe for disaster. I would say to change your friends at that point.
Okay, I agree with you. But the thing is this: why even deal with her? I don't care if she got these. I don't care if she wants to. She doesn't want to be plugged in no more. Her friends are plugged in, and she wants to be different. She wants to be, you know, Mary Poppins. She want to do her thing. That's all good, right? Why waste my time with her when there's another woman over there that I don't even have to go over those hurdles with her? I don't need to
As
do
in
that with her.
what? Her friends.
That woman over there,
Mhm.
she's not saying in her previous life before the CC, oh, guys that do the right things turn me off.
Mhm.
She's saying, come this way. I've been waiting for you all my life. I'm feminine. I'm peaceful. I'm submissive. I'm a pleasure to be around. She ain't regurgitating all this rubbish like this chick. Why even waste my time trying to just fix me up? This woman's gonna stay derelict forever. I ain't wasting my time on her.
Oh no, you didn't.
Women keep women single because they
They do.
listen to the feel good Kool-Aid of other women.
That's true.
And then they get themselves jacked up. Then they want to turn around and talk about, oh, now she wants to cash out.
Now she wants to cash out.
I don't think so. I don't think so. That's my final thought on that. What do you want to add?
Well, what's your opinion? This is to the audience. What's your opinion? Leave a comment in the comment section. Let us know what you think about this video and clip number 1 also. Let us know your thoughts. This is our opinion. We would like to know yours. And another thing, don't forget to like, share, comment, and definitely subscribe.
Yep. Anyways, let's move to clip number 3. We've got some cooking to do. Now, that was the end of that clip. For copyright reasons, I'm probably gonna block out the sound and you just see the visuals, or maybe I'll change it to a beat. The tune that was being played was Juvenile, Back That Ass Up,
Okay.
and what we saw was the mothers
Mm-hmm.
twerking, backing that ass up. So
Shaking it.
okay, I don't knock twerking. I like that shit, but
Right place.
don't you think there's a time and a place for twerking, but it's never in public for the whole world to view? That's my thing. Some people say, oh, they're having fun,
They are, yeah.
but at the expense of the embarrassment to their kids.
Mm-hmm.
People, I saw, okay, this clip went viral, right? People was like, oh, what's it? Yeah, they were like, it's in a college. At first, we initially thought it was in a kid's school, like a little playground or whatever. Not playground, sorry, like in a normal school. Where that clip was in America, by the way. So let's just say it was in a primary school. We initially thought it was in a primary school, but then people were saying, no, it's in a college. But does it really matter where it was? There's a time and place for twerking.
Yes.
Like, for real?
It doesn't matter where it is. Now, I'm sure lots of people have seen videos of women twerking wherever they are. So from restaurants to the street to like this, a school hall full of college kids. We've seen it on buses, we've seen it on top of cars, we've seen it in cinema, we've seen it everywhere. Twerking is everywhere. But like you said, there's a place and a time to where you should do it. And this is what I put in my notes. And this is supposed to be our role models. These women are supposed to be young females role models.
Mm-hmm.
I swear, as an adult, you're supposed to lead by example. What kind of example are you setting by twerking in public, like you just said? Isn't that something you do behind closed doors, like for your man, for your husband?
Not in today's culture.
Okay, that's true. In today's culture, it's accepted anyway.
Doesn't make it right though. Whether
The thing is,
culture is that and the environment is that, it doesn't make it right.
yes, the thing is, just because you twerk everywhere, like you said, it doesn't make it right. And who said other people actually want to see you doing that? Who said other people was like, yeah, whatever? You may get some hype people, but I'm sure if you used to ask the people within your vicinity, and do a questionnaire, how many of you wanted to see this girl twerking in this moment? A lot of them will say, no,
But
not
you've got
really.
many women that are in their late 30s and 40s acting like they're teenagers.
Yeah.
And one of my notes is this. Hence why you got older women in direct competition with younger women. And the sick part about it is this. Some older women, they get off on the young boys in that college, lusting after them because it makes them feel good.
Yeah.
That men still want them. Did that go over people's head? I want people to think about that. Let me know your thoughts and put that in the comments. Don't say some effed up stuff. It's the truth.
Yeah.
You got grown women twerking, and that other woman at the end, she come like say she's living out her stripper dreams.
Yeah. She was busting it.
She
And
used to do this thing.
listen, she ain't new to that. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
But this is why our young girls, they no longer have any class, or they was never taught to have any class. They don't respect themselves.
Yeah.
Their morals, well, that's right out of the window.
Yeah.
They don't have any. Like, let's talk about generational curses. I have an example here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we watched, I don't know if you can remember. I think you will once I explain it. We watched a video of a young girl who was an exotic dancer. Now, after watching more videos, we found out that her mother and her grandmother was also an exotic dancer. They all of them, none of them saw anything wrong with it. They was all okay with it. You asked the grandmother, how did you feel when your own daughter became an exotic dancer? She was fine with it.
What was her reason for
The
that?
reasoning was
Because she needed to make money for her daughter.
exactly. So then, if you've made money for your daughter,
Why
is your daughter doing it? I would have thought you.
I know why. Because you need therapy. You got underlying issues.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons something that needs to happen.
In this clip, right? It's all fun and games. You were twerking. You needed the attention to be on you. That's those women's mentality, right? But the thing is this, right? What happens when your son and your daughter is being bullied? Oh, your mom was shaking your ass, I will hit that. What happens when they're being bullied because of your actions? Because you wanted all the attention, which is a woman's currency, and you do what you need to do at the expense of your children just so you feel good.
You don't care about how your children feel.
Yeah.
Because if you did, you wouldn't go up on stage and backing that thing up.
Back that shit up, but behind closed doors.
Your ass will be backed up in your seat. It wouldn't be out on stage shaking it.
Yeah.
So I mean, nah, man. It's not the way. It's not the way. But just to go back to what I was saying quickly, the kicker of it all is that same young girl who is an exotic dancer, so her grandmother, just to remind everyone, her grandmother was, her mother was, she is now an exotic dancer, and she has a baby girl. Yeah. Now, the interviewers asked her the same question. How would you feel if your daughter grew up to be an exotic dancer? She said she doesn't mind as long as she's doing it for the right reasons. What are the right reasons?
Mhm.
Now, do you see? It's sad to see that it's 4 generations of strippers. 4. There was no teaching from the grandmother, no teaching from the mother,
Yeah.
no teaching to this young lady. And she's going to teach the exact same thing she's learned from her mother and grandmother to her own daughter.
Let me ask a question, right? Why is it that anything that's empowering to women today has to do with whatever empowers them is to do with their sexuality or their vagina?
Mm-hmm.
How is that empowering to women today? Because that's all I ever hear. Whenever I see powerful women,
Mhm.
they either got their tops off, sexuality, or something to do with their vagina. Why is that the case nowadays? Anything empowering, it comes from the oldest profession in the book. Put in the comments if you disagree. But that's the truth. It's what I see. Listen, I'm a journalist. Not really, but I'm just reporting what I see.
Mhm.
Anything empowering today, it's in women's sexuality or it's in their vagina. Do you disagree with that as a female?
I don't disagree with that. No, it's everywhere. It's hard not to see. That's the first thing they think of. That's all it is. Because you ask them about anything else, it goes straight back to that.
I am the table. That's where those things stem from.
Yeah.
Or as long as you got bomb coochie, as long as the coochie's dope.
It's all about your underneath.
Wow. That went over so many people's head. Let me ask this last question before we move to the final clip. When you think about, I'm talking a rational woman, right? So when you think about, if I said to you now, would you want the say you're going to get married? Would you want the kind of marriage like your grandparents had, or like your, let's say, the millennials, like your mother and downwards? Most people's going to say, I want the marriage like my grandparents.
Yeah.
Because that was the last.
Yeah.
That was the last time we ever had something good.
Real marriages, not fake.
There's a problem.
Silly, ridiculous situationships.
Yeah.
Because it's not marriages, is it? Really?
Because I want to do a survey, right, where I want to ask people that question, and people put in the comments, right? The last time you ever saw something of substance and quality, you'd say, I want something like my grandparents, not like my mother's. And that depends the generation, right? I'm assuming your grandparents are going to be at least 75, 80 years old, 90 years old older. And then the generation X and downwards. That's the product of your grandparents. But what you saw growing up, you're always going to say, if I'm ever going to get married, it would be like my grandparents. I want something like that. Not like what I'm seeing now. Because these women, the millennials today are turning 40. They're turning 40 this year. Really? This is what I'm supposed to work with. Funny the way I put that in there, innit? This is what men are supposed to work with.
See, that's the thing. They're turning 40. So you're likely to, as a 40-year-old woman, you're likely to have children.
Yeah.
And some will have grandchildren by that age, right?
Yeah, many.
Some of them will have grandchildren.
Out of wedlock. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Some of them will have grandchildren at being 40 years old as well. But if that's, okay, like the ladies in the clip twerking it up in front of everyone. Let's say they're in their 40s. Let's say that's their age range, right?
They look like they're millennials.
Yeah. So your children, nieces, nephews, the younger generation in your family, the people around you, family, friends, they look at you for help, guidance, advice, leadership, setting examples. This is how you're looked at because you're now an elder.
Take advice from who?
That's my point. Thank you.
Don't make me laugh, man.
That is
Yeah.
my point exactly. How is anyone supposed to take advice from someone that thinks twerking is okay to do in public settings?
These are the same women that say, "Oh, a man needs to be 6 feet tall, six figures,
The six
600
sixes.
horses." Yeah,
Yeah.
the six figures, six pack. I am the table, and you wonder why
You're
marriage
single
is declining and they're single.
and you're single.
They
I want to
wanna,
be
they
single.
want to hop on and off the carousel wheel when it suits them because they're selfish and they're driving men crazy.
Yes, I want to add something quickly before
do
we
that,
go to
then
clip
jump to
number
clip number
4. We done a podcast on Bernice. I always forget her last name.
Bernice
R-
Burgos, or something like that.
something
Yeah,
like that.
the Instagram
And-
model. Yeah,
Yes, we done a podcast on her.
yeah.
Can't remember the name right now because we've done so many, but I'll link it in the description so you can go and have a watch. Now in that podcast, we basically showed a video, and she was teaching her own daughter the game, right?
What the fuck?
The FOT game. That's the game she was trying to teach her daughter.
Yeah.
Now she's another example, and she fits in perfectly in this video also.
But things like that is not. It's common. It's not the anomaly. Like, oh, this is far and few in between. It's normal.
Yes, it's
This
normal.
This is the new batch of mothers these days. And
But
I'm
it's not normal.
Well, let me say this. I'm not saying to you men are perfect. I'm saying this is what men have to pick from. So, the women is jacked up. Then their daughters, the ones that raise them. I'm never going to
They
go into it.
usually turn out even worse than the mothers.
Yeah. I'm never going to cook. I'm just saying that's what I think. In saying that, let's move to the final clip and then we're going to close out. So here's clip number 4.
I slept with my dad's friend. I was at a party and this guy offered me a drink. One thing led to another and we ended up back at my place. I was in the middle of getting railed and that's when my dad called. But I just ignored it. But the guy seemed mad for some reason and left. I thought it was something I did until I saw him at my graduation party.
It made no sense to me.
Okay. I'm going to decipher some of what she said in a second, right? My note is this. A woman's currency is attention. And attention whores. But you got women that are real whores for real. Now, it's accepted in a part of the culture in the modern women today. It's their thing. And I've said it before. They tap into the biology. Then they go into the culture. And then now it's all in the environment. We ain't got no choice but to breathe the air all in. We see it all around us on TV. Every screen we turn on, that's normal. Now this chick could have kept this information to herself, right? Now, I ain't no Sherlock Holmes, but she's saying she slept with her dad's friend. Her story didn't even hold any water. The tank was leaking. Before I cook, I'm not even gonna cook. I'm just gonna say how I say it. What's your point? Say what you say.
To me, what she said didn't make sense. And usually when something doesn't make sense, it's not true. Now, there's a lot of holes that was in her story. She said she was at a party, saw this guy, is clearly a lot older than her. She looks quite young.
Yeah, she does look quite young.
She
went over 25.
Some girls have very young faces.
Let's not do that. She looked young.
She looked young.
No
Yeah.
older than 25.
Because
Continue.
she's saying, she's making it seem like anyway that she lives by herself.
It doesn't matter.
Maybe
Listen,
she does, maybe she doesn't.
Let me stop you there. You're getting too technical. Let's call it for what we see in that clip. I don't care if she lives by herself or she doesn't live by herself or whatever, right? She's of age. That's what
She
we're
is,
going
yes.
to. So she is saying she slept with her dad's friend. Continue with the part that you was going to say. It's the truth. You're going into the this and that and call it for what we saw in the clip.
Okay. First of all, why do women like to air out their business? I don't know.
I told you attention.
Makes
No,
no
we do
sense.
know. Attention whores.
Yeah, attention. That's very obvious, right? She's wearing booty shorts.
Exactly. So she's telling the story.
Okay.
She's articulating the story with her rump.
Usually when you're doing story time,
Yeah.
you would sit in front of the camera like you see me here and you explain your story. Now she's showing her bum because that's where she's placed the camera, doing chores around the house.
And I don't mind seeing that. I don't mind seeing that.
Maybe not, but
Don't mean I'm going to take her seriously, though. I'm just saying, because I know, see, I may say what other guys may not say out loud. I say that shit. Yeah, it's like, okay, I'm looking at your ass. All right, cool, I'll hit that. But then it's like, I ain't taking you seriously, though. You sleep with your dad's friend. Continue with your point. Sorry.
Yeah, so she's basically saying that her dad called her. She ignored the call. Her dad's friend, got mad for no reason and left, and she thought maybe she did something wrong. The next time she saw him was at her graduation. Yeah. It doesn't make sense.
Why would he miraculously get
upset?
Mad?
Yeah.
So clearly, there's some part of the story that's missing.
There's a big
now,
chunk.
I think she knew. That was her dad's friend, because you know younger women like older men.
Yep.
Put in the comments, ladies, if I'm wrong. Am I spot on? I think I'm spot on, but I digress. Let me continue. So, younger women like older men, and I think she preed her dad's friend. Then maybe he was sort of like, hold up, or maybe he found out, oh, that's my man's daughter. I didn't even know that. She was like, I kind of like you like that. There's so many different avenues that we could have gone down, but I believe she knew that was her dad's friend, but she still chose to do it, because when she's telling us the story, she has to be in shorts, showing her bum for more attention. But what about you hurting the family name just for the sake of getting some likes on TikTok?
Yeah. They never think about that. They never think about that part.
Let's talk about the Jezebel spirit.
Okay.
See, so
getting juicy.
The Jezebel spirit. This is in the Bible. Jezebel, the little skis, the little tat in modern terms, right? This is what men have to work with. I'm not saying all, but to find a woman that's feminine, peaceful, wholesome, no high body count, a good woman is hard to find in today's culture. And you have to go to another country. Was it signal the plane? It's like this, right? Signal the plane. You have to signal the plane, right? Go to another country to find a chick like that. And the sick part about it for me is this, and fellas, stop me if I'm wrong. I'm from the UK. So if I go to another country and there's a language barrier, there's things I don't know. I'm used to the UK. I'm a city boy. I'm a Londoner.
Yeah.
Right? Sure,
He's
you can
a
tell my accent. I'm
Londoner.
Londoner. Right? So then I'm supposed to go to another country, find a chick, because I'm having problems over here. So that's the reason why I went to another country. Bring her back. And then, as in Eddie Murphy Raw, she goes, I take her back to UK. And then she starts hanging around with those modern women.
Western women.
And she goes, S.Banks, what have you done for me lately? I start getting all of that rubbish. Because the friends that she keeps, things I was saying before.
Yep.
Be careful of the friends. I'm supposed to go through all of that. See, I may not want to go to another country and stay there. I'm from the UK, so I kind of may want to stay here. I'm not saying that I wouldn't go to another country later on, but think about, I have to travel over 5,000 miles probably to make sure I get away from the West as far as the whole feminism culture. And feminism is trickling down to other countries.
Yeah.
Just so I can find a decent woman.
But like you said, you're bringing that decent woman back to UK.
And then she's corrupt.
Exactly. So then it was pointless doing it all.
People you see in the Matrix, then, okay, you bring her back, she's going to get corrupted because the agents are going to corrupt her disc.
Yep. Infiltrate the camp.
Plug her right back in.
Yep.
Now, ladies, if you're that decent woman, you ain't like that. Listen, just put a 1 in the comments. If you that girl, I'm just saying, and I'm not trying to cook the girl. If she wants to sleep with her dad's friend, that's fine. Do her thing. I'm just saying, most men, knowing that is not gonna wife for you. You might say, okay, you're showing your rump, in your little shorts, you're young, you're vibrant, but how long would that last? Looks fade.
It does.
You know what we're seeing in today's culture through feminism and women doing what they feel they want to do when they want to do it. We're seeing the Jezebel spirit. That's what we're seeing today.
And also, when a lot of these girls make these videos, they don't seem to understand that you make yourself look so desperate.
You saying that they call women that are decent to pick me. How are they desperate? Explain that before we close out.
They're desperate as in, okay, you're making a video of you in booty shorts.
Booty.
That's desperate to me because you're trying to get hollered at by guys, right?
Yeah.
Attention.
And then when they call men thirsty.
Look what you're putting out there.
The same. I hear you, man. I agree.
So, look, people look at you like you're desperate. I'm just going to put that out there. A lot of guys look at you like you're desperate. So you're going to get a whole load of DMs messaging you, what's up? Can we link up? Can I get your number? Whatever they say these days, who knows? But you look very desperate. That's what the energy you've put out there.
Fair enough.
Don't complain.
Are the city girls up? Is this a win for the city girls?
No.
People, put in the comments. Is this a win for the city boys? Is the city girls up? I don't know. What did you guys think about the clips you saw today? Do you agree? Add your 2 pence in. Whatever. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. That's my final thought. What do you want to add before we close out?
I don't want to add anything more.
Yes, it was all self-explanatory. It is what it is. In saying that, I'm out. Peace.
Peace.